Hello, sisters. I am so sad that you guys are gathering and I'm not there with you, but I'm so glad that you're together at the volunteer dinner 2024. Yay, you made it through another holiday season, so good for you. I'm just nursing my heart so sad because you can see my face, but I can't see your faces. But I just want you to know that I have pictures. Got a Christmas gift from Karis, so sweet, and it's one of those frames that you can rotate pictures. So I have like all these pictures from our event. So I feel like I get to see you guys and pray for you. So do the same for me while I'm in Florida and away from you. But I'm so grateful for the GT team, like handing over the baton, knowing that they are going to keep the torch burning bright while I'm here doing my work and they're there serving you, loving you. And, you know, thank you for those of you who I'm thinking about the event in March, and I'm thinking about the gala, like all these hands, about how it took so many of us to do what we do. And I know you hear us say that, and you may not actually let it sink in, but we really can't do what we do without all of us coming together in Jesus and in the Holy Spirit to like do this beautiful thing, just continue to sing a song of love from God for us and for others. And so thank you for being here, and thank you for continuing to press into hard places and being out of your comfort zone, because I feel like we keep asking people to be out of their comfort zone, and we actually have more of that. That's a great segue for me. I've made some notes this year just because it's so crazy what I feel like God's doing for 2024. And as I was trying to type out my notes, I was going, God, this is pretty much what we've been doing from the beginning. Because even before there was a greater things, before there was a women getting real, there was just me and a handful of people talking about we wanted to live a real life, talk about the real deal, the real shit, the real stuff going on, and find that there was a real God in the middle of it that actually mattered on the day to day. And not much has changed from that vision. Honestly, it's like us just trying to continue to press in. But in this last year since I've been here in Florida, and also just even since like this fall, it actually probably started at the men's retreat. I just kept getting this burn or fire or compulsion. It's like we have got to go deeper and go after it and start naming the things. And you're living in the hard things that we need to be talking about. I am, you am. Like we're all just living this very real life, trouble at home, trouble at work, trouble inside. And we need to know that Jesus is right in the middle of every bit of those moments, and that he matters, and that being in community matters. So as we look to 2024, let me just say this one thing about the volunteer dinner. I don't know if you noticed, but we took many of your suggestions in 2023 and we tried them out in 2023. Some of them worked for our community and some of them did not. But thank you for the great suggestions, like the movie nights. Great success. We're going to do 2 of those this year. I'll talk about that. There were some things that we tried for fun, and guess what? You guys don't come to GT for fun. You come for deep heart, hard questions, deep work. Like let's go after that in community, worship, those kind of things, connecting with the Lord. And so we're going to do less community kind of funny sort of things, fun things, but we're going to provide lots of opportunities for us to come together and go deep heart after the Lord and being together in that. So that's going to continue. But thank you for your suggestions, and I know that Robin's going to lead you here in a few minutes to get some more suggestions, things that you loved or that you didn't love, or something else that may be new and creative that we haven't thought about. And so one thing we did do this year is we scaled back just a little bit because we had, man, just these buster events every single month. And I honestly just can't handle that. I have writing that I'm supposed to be doing here, time with the Lord, and I can't do that if I'm coming back every single month. So you're going to see that our schedule is very active, but I'm not going to be coming back every single month so that I can be preparing for these big events. Let's talk about those. Our March event, that's our annual event that we've been doing for a long time now. It's called Silent Crushings. And it just kind of came over me as we are doing these women's events, talking about freedom and talking about finding your heart and finding your voice and falling in love with Jesus and letting him be your one and only, and what that looks like in the world when you do that. But I just feel like we've kind of stepped back from some of the hard conversations, some of the real topics that actually are crushing us in our lives. And so this Silent Crushings event, we're going to actually be naming names, kicking butt and naming names for the things that are just plaguing us as women and therefore plaguing our culture. And so this is going to be not sorry, I've got a frog in my throat. We want to say, I don't want to scare you off because I feel like it's always beautiful in the presence of the Lord, and especially when women start getting free. But we are going to be going after topics that are actually strangling us and choking the life out of us every single day. And that may be abuse, that may be abortion, that may be domestic abuse, that may be sex gone awry, that may be self-loathing, self-hatred, condemnation, comparison, all the things that we struggle with as women, but nobody's ever actually calling those lies out. Nobody's actually talking about the tactics that the enemy is using against us and how we can get free. So that's what Silent Crushing is about. Then June 1st, God help me, we're going to show the movie called What is a Woman, which actually is an in-depth exploration about the phenomenon that is transgenderism in our culture today. And we're going to have a discussion about for and with families, parents, siblings, friends who are experiencing what it feels like to go through this with someone that you know and love, going through a transgender journey, a homosexual journey, about where is the love of God in this and how do we walk in truth and love in these days. Super tender topic and super vulnerable, honestly, to try to go there. But we're going to go there because the love of God compels us into these hard and dark places, because he's going to meet us there and bring his light with him. Then in July is an event called Creating Co-Heirs. And so we've done marriage retreats, we've done marriage seminars, but we have never done an actual training on what it means to be a co-heir man, a co-heir woman, a co-heir marriage, what it means to live from a kingdom mindset that God created us as co-heirs. And so this event is for male, female, single, married, divorced, whatever, grandparents who are trying to help their grandchildren. It's like changing the dialogue about this lopsided way that we do manhood and womanhood. It's man, woman in the church. It's woman, man in feminism. And I think that both of those don't convey the heart of God, that there's a kingdom mentality that God said in Genesis as co-rule together, and Jesus said that we are co-heirs, and we're kind of rising up what it means to be a resurrected man and a resurrected woman, and what does that look like as we go forward in relationships. So Chuck and I are going to teach that. We're going to have some help along the way with other guest speakers in that. So very excited about those. And of course, we're going to do the gala because it was so fun last year. At least I thought it was fun. And we have other events that we're going to be doing through the year. You'll also notice that there are other teachers and speakers rising up. We want to give room for them. We're going to be doing a speaker intensive in here somewhere. If you have a desire to teach and speak, then you're going to want to talk to Laura Jones, because we're going to create a training so that you feel equipped and ready to do that as much as you can be the first time. And more than anything, I want you to know, thank you for being here. I'm sorry I can't be there. Thank you for being willing to serve in any capacity. Robin's going to break that down about the many different expressions of what giving of yourself to different activities and events and people in this organization. And then finally, please be praying. We are what I think is taking on a very bold year, going into some very unfamiliar paths and yet very familiar all at the same time, because God's been singing this song of redemption. God's been singing this song of resurrection in couples, in families, in cultures, in legacies. And so we just want to get right in line with that. This Creating Co-Heirs, it's like, I'm thinking about some of your all's faces. You probably need to ask your sons and daughters to travel, to come to this. You may have teen sons and daughters. You might want to ask them to come to this. We're talking about launching a whole new concept, a whole new language, a whole new design of God. It's in our DNA, but just giving people permission to walk in that, so that we might reflect him beautifully, male and female, as he intended it. So there's a war going on, and we mean to be here with the victory tools of heaven. And we don't have earthly tools, we have divine weapons, and we intend to use them this year. So, I got a little heat on that. I love you. I bless you. I'm not going to cry. And I miss my sisters. So thank you for being here. So much love. So much love to you.